This is the Kisan Newton A, and in this video we're going to demonstrate the individual batch sorting. We're going to be using this guide that we made, setting individual batch sorting in auto mode on a Kisan Newton A bill counter. Got kind of step-by-step instructions on how to do that. All right, so individual batch sorting is when you drop a stack of mixed bills on top of the machine. It'll scan the first bill. It'll sort out that bill to the bottom stacker, and the other denominations will go to the middle. But it will also batch that denomination according to whatever preset batch setting you've set for that specific denomination. So if you want to run 51s at a time, you would drop your stack of mixed bills on. If it scans a $1 bill, it'll process the $1 bills 50 at a time. If it scans a $50 bill, it'll say process 20 50s at a time if that's what you set. If you had set your preset batch settings at say 50 20s, if it scans a 20, it'll sort out the 20s 50 at a time. All right, so it's kind of a way to sort through your bills by denomination and batch them at the exact same time. All right, so the first thing we need to do is to make sure that the individual batch setting is turned on your machine. Now, if you've already done it, there's a note here. If you've already turned it on, skip to step 6. Okay, I'm going to assume that most of you do not have it turned on already. But if you did have it turned on already, skip to step 6 in the instructions to start. All right, so in order to turn the batch setting on, an individual batch setting on, you have your menu key down here, has the 3 little lines next to it. Hold that down for a couple of seconds. All right, brings up your setup login screen. You type 0987, hit start stop. Your regular setup screen, tap option. All right, and the first column here, you see where it says individual batch. You tap that to turn that on. All right, now it's very small. It's easy to accidentally hit the wrong thing with your finger. I've done it many, many times. But you want to make sure you have the check mark turned on individual batch, and make sure you don't accidentally turn on or off any of the other settings. You want to make sure you just tap that one. So if you did accidentally tap something else, make sure you set it back to the way it was. So we have where these checkbox marks are, you make sure those are still where they're supposed to be. So hit start stop a couple times, goes back to the main screen. All right. Now, in order to do this, you want to be on the auto mode. So you have your mode key up here. You tap it a couple of times. All right. Now you're in your auto mode. All right. So you see auto next to the flag, denom auto underneath. All right. And you can see over here, it has 3 dashes and the letter P. So this is where you normally would see your batch amount, 150, 200, whatever it was. But the fact that it has the 3 dashes next to the P instead of a set batch amount, that means it's in the auto batch mode. All right. Now, if you want to set your individual batches, what you do is you're at this point now, hold down the batch key. Now you can see all the different denominations, all the batches that are set. Now I have this set. So if I want to change the 1, for example, I could hit 30. Hit OK, changes it to 30. Now, if I want to run my 2s 40 at a time, okay, I run my 5s 25 at a time. So you type in whatever number you want for that individual batch, and you hit OK. Let's say I want 41 10s. I like the 20s. How about I can tap on each individual one. Say 50s, I want to run 20 at a time now. 100s, I want to keep that at 10. So you can tap on each individual one that you want to change. Or if you can start at the top and just, type a number and keep going, So it all depends on what you want to do with your batches. All right. So I have this set 25 1s. I don't have any 2s in my stack, but 42s, 25s, 40 10s, 50 20s, 20 50s, and 10 100s. So as it recognizes one of these denominations, it'll sort the batch out for that individual batch amount. So once you have those numbers set the way you want them, hit start, stop, goes back to the main screen. All right, and you can see it still has the dashes and the letter P. All right, so I have a small stack here of some 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s. All right, so the first bill it scanned was a $1 bill, and I had my 1s set at 25 batch. So 25 1s came out, it stopped. So I'll pull my 25 1s out in the next 25. All right, and as it's going through, it's rejecting the 5s, 10s, and 20s it comes across. All right. So I'm sorting my 1s out of my stack 25 at a time. All right. And now it's done. I've got my stacks have come out 25 at a time. So I can take my other bills, the 20s, 5s, and 10s that were in my stack. Drop them on the top. Now I have a $10 bill on the bottom, so that's what it's going to sort out next. All right. Now I only have one $10 bill in my stack, so that's what it sorted out, that 110 from the stack. But you'll see I had set my 10s at 40. It's waiting to count 40 pieces of $10 bill. You know, again, I only have one in my stack. But all right. Now next I have a $20 bill on the bottom. All right. And if you remember, I had set my 20s to batch 50 at a time, so it's looking for 20s, and it's going to batch them 50 at a time. Of course, I only have 7 in my stack here. All right, and then my leftover, I have my 5s. Okay. I can drop those on top. And again, it's looking for 20 5s at a time. I only have 9 in my stack. But you can see, every time it scans a new denomination, it sets the batch amount for whatever preset denomination that you went in and set for. So remember, I set the batches at 25, 20, 40, 50. Okay. So whatever it is you set for, when it scans that denomination, it'll set the batch amount for that denomination that you chose it to be. All right. So that is pretty much the basics for it. Let me clear it out here. Now, one thing, you have the 3 dashes and the P. That means you're in that individual batch mode. If for some reason you decided to change to the regular presets to go through and do something, right, and you wanted to get back to that individual batch mode, all you would need to do, hold down the batch key till that screen comes up, then hit start stop, and now it's back in the individual batch mode. All right. So those are the basics. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're always here to help. And that is individual batch sorting on the Kisan Newton A.